Bethany!
My fellow Minnesotans, and I do mean all Minnesotans, my brothers, sisters, and siblings in the labor movement, and all of you in the streets. My name is Bethany Winkles, and I am the Secretary-Treasurer of the Minnesota AFL-CIO. Our state federation of more than 1,000 local unions who represent over 300,000 working people in every corner of our state. I'm a union member, a wife, a mother, and a fierce defender of this great state and our democracy. Right now, we are all standing on the backs of giants. We are all having generations of the organizers that came before us flow through us right here in Minneapolis to show the world what we are. As we go marching in the beauty of this game. We are standing here today in the bitter cold like only Minnesotans can do,
totalitarian regime is in the street, in Brooklyn Center, in St. Louis Park. Take care of each other. Because when all of this is said and done, we gonna bear witness. There will be a reckoning. There will be a reckoning. And we will be witnesses. ICE out! 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 And speaking of witnesses, we got 3 of our activists in jail right now. Nakima, Chantel, and Miss Monique Shea.
coming out today. Give yourselves a hand for being here today. You did the most important thing. You showed up today! I want to first of all greet you with a greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace and blessings be upon you all today. Minnesota, Minneapolis, the Twin Cities, for showing up today. This is a moment in history. We are the new generations fighting in this era of a civil rights movement in this moment. We are gathered here today because we care about each other. We are gathered here today despite these frigid temperatures because Minnesotans care deeply about their neighbors. What we are seeing and witnessing is a siege against our neighbors. We are witnessing the federal government and ICE enforcement attack our communities and attack us in ways we have never seen before. But as others have said, they have chosen the best state because we are embodying the best of this nation, Minnesota. We are embodying the best of this nation. We are marching on this cold day to let the rest of the nation know that Minnesota will stand up for the Constitution of this nation. Minnesotans are waking up today affirming not only the Constitution, but that there is no one above the law, that every person must face justice. And in this moment, there are many of you who are watching us from other parts of the world. And I tell you in this moment, Minnesota has one of the warmest people with the warmest hearts. It can be frigid outside, but we take care of each other. We snow in the middle of a snowstorm. We help each other out. We take care of each other. And for the past 3 to 4 weeks, as ICE has rained on our community, we have stood up for our neighbors. And in this moment, there are so many of our neighbors who could not come outside. I speak to them to tell you, your neighbors have your back. Minnesotans have your back. And we will not let the kidnappers take you over our dead bodies.
You're stubborn aside. Oh, okay.
To all the people across this country,
Not too
what
close.
ICE
That's
is
why, like
doing
that little bit.
is unconscionable. But we know we
Be
have
careful
a
with the car.
history in this nation. A
careful
history
with the
that
car,
once
man.
again reminds us of what ICE is doing. They are no different than the slave catchers of an early era. They are not doing anything different than checking the papers of slaves, not checking around to look for people who are black and brown. They are doing nothing but repeating history. It is us in this moment that also must repeat history. Because in moments of darkness, in moments like this, every nation has people like us who stand up, who turn on the light, who stand up for each other and say to ICE and other people that we, the people, united, will never be defeated. 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 And what people do not know in this moment is that Minnesotans, we are seeing each other, we're seeing our neighbors, we're bonding together in the midst of all University, Dr. King. There are so many people that say they care deeply about Dr. King, but will not care about Nikita, Lady Armstrong, and not care about the civil rights leaders of his time. It is upon this time that we ask all of you to stand up for justice in this moment. And to the many people and the faith leaders who have gathered here in Minnesota, take this message back to your community. That there were a group of people on one of the coldest days of our state that came out despite so many people saying it's cold. We came out and said what had to be said. It is a cold day, but it is not too cold to stand up for your neighbors.
of us out here that the back of the march is just now leaving the park. Let's go! This is the type of thing we need to be doing in the fight against Trump and white supremacy and the attack on our neighbors and the attack on us. We need to be being out here in the streets every moment we can. We need to take care of each other because this is a marathon. This is marathon after marathon to fight for our rights, to fight for legalization for all, to fight for an end to all deportations, and for ICE to go away. We're turning the corner into Target Center. A couple things I want to note is that once we get there, you need to have reserved a ticket online ahead of time in order to enter. And if you are entering, you cannot bring in any signs on sticks with you or large bags. So please keep that in mind as we are getting into our indoor portion here. But we're going to keep this energy going, right? No Trump, no troops. Twin Cities ain't licking boots.
John, I'm gonna sit still because I'm a block.
No Trump, no troops. Twin Cities ain't licking boots.
So I can go in, okay? But it'll still be up for a while because this is a long line and I'm just gonna let it go by, okay? Okay, bye.
No Trump, no troops. Twin Cities ain't licking boots. Eyes out! 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 Eyes out!
Eyes out!
It's weird for me to be like, but we have nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, even technology platforms that are finally back. You know, I haven't actually done it for a
Eyes off the bus streets! No justice, no peace! Get ice off the bus streets! Get ice off the bus streets! No peace! Get ice off the bus streets! No peace!
deportation!
The target center is at full capacity.
indigenous and activism, that our people, as indigenous people, have been resisting the colonial governments of North and South America for hundreds of years. I am here to say that migration is our right, that no one is illegal on stolen land, Native people, indigenous people, historically, first we were savages, then we were radicals and anarchists during the civil rights movement, and now, along with our fellow allies and many of you here today, we are being labeled as violent domestic terrorists. They are the violent ones. They are the ones that murdered Renee Nicole Good. They are the ones that are taking our children off the streets. They are the ones that have invaded our lands. And they are the ones that destroy the earth. But don't be fooled. These violent tactics in the business of creating fear is the illusion of power that this authoritarian regime thrives off of. The real power, the true power, is in each and every one of you. The true power is with the people who are out here patrolling the streets, protecting our neighborhoods, protecting our children, protecting the elders and the mothers and the fathers, and protecting all of our neighbors here in Minnesota. We collectively are the real power. And that fucking terrifies them. That is why they are here in the thousands, because they see the real power of the people. We are in a moment of absolute united power. Now is the time to flex that strength and that power. Now is the time to stand up. Now is the time to organize and to take action. Now is the time to fight back. Now is not only the time where we say enough is enough, but these times demand unapologetic action. And together, through this unified power of indigenous peoples, of all of our allies, of all of the communities that are under attack, now is the time to come together as all people, as all races, as all cultures, because when we step into that power, we are unstoppable. And together, we will dismantle, we will defund, and we will stop the violence that is happening on our streets. Thank you.
My name is Nick Estes. I'm an enrolled member of the Lower Brule Sioux tribe. I'm also an associate professor of American Indian Studies at the University of Minnesota. I'm out here today standing with my fellow educators whose schools are under attack, whose students are under attack, whose families and communities are under attack. We can't wait for the bosses. We can't wait for the managers to do what's right. We can't wait for them to grow a conscience or a spine. We have to exercise that right as workers. As an educator and as somebody who's indigenous from these lands, Bede Ota Otuwe, what you call Minneapolis, I like to tell a little bit of history because that fort, Fort Snelling, when it was built in the 19th century, it was built to genocide our people. It was built as a concentration camp, as a projection of U.S. power in this region to genocide indigenous people and Dakota people. From the very first stone they laid in that fort, Dakota people resisted. And we will continue to resist until they remove the very last stone from that fort. Because all of you today are now feeling what we have been feeling for centuries. This did not begin in December with Operation Metro Surge. This began centuries ago when they built that fort. The regional ICE facilities is now housed at Fort Snelling. As somebody from the Ocheti Shakoi, we say, abolish ICE, ICE out of Minnesota, yes. But if we want this problem to end once and for all, we also have to say, take down that fort. And I want you all to remember that when you're on the streets, when you're on your patrols, when you're watching your students, your family members get taken away, that this isn't something new or unique, but this is a continuum of colonialism, and it takes all of us. This isn't just an Indian problem. This is all of our problems. And we have to stand up as workers, as educators, as healthcare workers to fight back. And as we see on the streets, that means tearing down that fort in our minds, tearing down that fort in our hearts, tearing down that fort that surrounds our spirit and tries to choke it out. But it also means tearing down that fort. Thank you.
Hello, Minnesota family. How we feeling out there? Well, I don't know about you, but I'm really proud to be a Minnesotan in this moment. Do I have anybody that can agree with me on today? My name is Dr. B. Chavez Russell. I'm the senior pastor at Greater Friendship Missionary Baptist Church. It's located in South Minneapolis. And the scripture declares that in Psalm 68:1, let God arise, let his enemies be scattered. This is a song of victory that remembers the past victories of God. It remembers his power in this present moment. And this psalm also looks forward to future victories that he has in store for us. In my culture, we say that if he did it before, he can do it again. It is a call for God to intervene in this moment with his power. It is a call for God to intervene in this moment with his guidance. It is a call for God to intervene right now with his strength to fight our battles with us. It is a call for God to establish his order in the chaos that has been created by this administration right here in our city. This is not a call to violence, but
It is a declaration that when God moves, there is no room for the enemies. When God rises, hate has to scatter. When God rises, fear has to scatter. Lies has to scatter. Injustice has to scatter. Division has to scatter. Oppression has to scatter. Families being intimidated has to scatter. Children being traumatized has to scatter. Workers and neighbors being labeled as enemies and threats, all of those have to scatter. Renaming an invasion as protection has to scatter when God arises. Because in this moment, the truth is being twisted. Chaos is being created. And fear is being weaponized. And then come right to our city and blame us for it. I got news for them today that this is a gross miscalculation. Because lies only work when we divide it. But how many know that when we stand together, truth will arise every time? And we know this is not a battle against flesh and blood, but a spiritual battle against principalities and evil forces in high places. A spiritual battle against anything and anyone and any system that attempts to deny our love, our unity, and our peace with one another and with our God. This is a battle against the forces of division that want us to spend more time fighting about the problem than we spend solving the problems. So we come today with the spiritual power, believing that God is with us. And our unity and love for one another, y'all, this is how we fight. Our response must be different. We must not become what they are doing to us. We cannot overcome evil with evil, but we got to overcome evil with our collective good. We must not become what they are doing to us. We are to be the one Minnesota that we are called to be. I read a sign out today that said, Minnesota nice is going to break the ice. And we can walk confidently in that, knowing that God has already given us the victory. And that is why today is a day of prayer and fasting and truth and freedom, because truth matters. And the truth is that God is always on the side of the vulnerable over the empire. And we are making it clear today what side we are on. The side of love and joy and peace and faithfulness and gentleness and kindness and patience and self-control and what is right in the eyesight of our Almighty God. Because I want to tell you today that we are on the winning side today in the face of darkness. And in the midst of being enslaved, in the midst of being beaten and murdered and imprisoned and marginalized, I hear the songs of my forefathers not waiting for victory to show up, but boldly claiming what God already has given to them. I can hear the songs that come, the melodies that come out of their voice that said, victory is mine, victory is mine, victory today is mine. I told Satan, get thee behind, because victory today is mine. And the more we stay close to God and one another, we will have the victory. So today, let God arise in justice. Let God arise through unity. Let God arise in peace. Let God arise in love. And let God arise in the people of Minnesota who refuse to be divided. And let God arise and get ICE out of Minnesota. Come on, say it with me. We are better together. We are better together. Amen.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. My name is Imam Yusuf Abdullah. I'm the Executive Director of Islamic Association of North America. First, I will start with recitation of the Quran. God says in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ وَحَمَلْنَاهُمْ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ وَرَزَقْنَاهُم مِّنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَفَضَّلْنَاهُمْ عَلَى كَثِيرٍ مِّمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا تَفْضِيلًا. And the meaning of that is we have certainly honored the children of Adam and carried them on land and sea and provided for them of the good things, preferred them over much of what we have created. This verse establishes one of the most basic human rights and human dignity. Allah declares that every human being, regardless of race, immigration, or social status, is honored. That is why we are here today. Today is a historic day, a day when federal government tried to divide us, and Minnesota said no. We are united. Across our state, federal immigration enforcement has been relentless. Families have been terrorized. Daily life has been disrupted. Schools have moved to remote learning because parents fear for their children's safety. That is shame. All of that has been justified by a racist lie targeting the Somali community in Minnesota. But we are proud Minnesotans. And this reckless operation known as Operation Metro Surge led to the killing of our neighbor, Renee Good, who was a mother and a beloved neighbor. And before her body was even cold, the federal government labeled her as a terrorist. Shame. That is not justice or accountability, but a violation of human dignity. As Muslims, we know this pattern of all too well: dehumanize, label, and justify violence. That is shame. But today we are not gathered out of fear. We're gathered out of love for our neighbors, for our children, and for our future. When the violence escalated, we did not turn away. We showed up, we shared food, we marched together, and many of you stood outside our places of worship to protect those inside while we prayed. We will never forget such a solidarity and a dignity in action. Thank you, Minnesota. And today we are not here only to grieve, but to also demand justice. We demand ICE out of Minnesota now. ICE out of Minnesota now. ICE out of Minnesota now. We demand accountability from DHS and ICE and to end federal attacks on immigrants and the Somali community. And to our community, immigrant community, I say this clearly to you. You are not garbage. You are gorgeous. You are not foreign, you are familiar. You are not far away, you are our future. And to the federal government, look at this gathering here. Look at this gathering here. I know you're watching, take good pictures. Your division did not work. Your demonization failed. Your cruelty has been exposed. Because when human dignity is honored, truth always wins. We will not be labeled. We will not be silenced. We will not back down. May God grant us justice and peace. Thank you, Minnesota.
Hello, Minnesota. Good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Rabbi Ariel Lekach Rosenberg. I am the rabbi of Shir Tikva congregation in South Minneapolis. I am so damn proud to be from Minneapolis. Holy One, known by many names, felt in breath and in courage, heard in our cry for justice, be with us now, in this moment. I want to lift up the names of two neighbors, Victor Manuel Diaz, abducted from his workplace in Minnesota on January 6th, who died in ICE custody in Texas on January 14th. I want to lift up the name of Renee Macklin Good, queer poet, wife, parent, murdered in South Minneapolis by ICE on January 7th while observing an abduction in her neighborhood. May their memories be for blessing. May their families be comforted and surrounded in love. So here's what I know, beloveds. Beneath this paramilitary invasion of our state, something new is growing. This civil society, this weaving of love is growing beneath this crust of ice. Underground healthcare, because ICE is in our hospitals. Hybrid schools, because ICE is abducting our parents and our children and our teachers. Mutual aid structures and food distribution, because ICE is patrolling our neighborhood stores. And neighbors are bringing breast milk and menstrual pads and supplies because parents are being abducted and their children are left at home. The scale and stakes of what we now create for one another are immense, are impossible and urgent, and they confirm what we have always known. We need each other. And together we are irrepressible. Irrepressible. So, Holy One, in this time of rupture and change, we know we need more creativity, more experimentation, new courage, new alliances, new possibilities. So will you imagine with me, what songs will we sing when our breath is no longer being used to blow whistles on our street corners? What joy-filled celebrations will we throw, the most epic of block parties, when we can all leave our homes without fear? What healing will our doctors offer? What wisdom will our teachers teach? What clarity will our children hold about the ways that we all belong to one another? What will we create together when we are no longer fighting this culture of death? So let us imagine using all of these beautiful skills, all of this powerful mutual aid, all of this fearless organizing in a world without ICE. So to begin, we know this much: ICE out of Minnesota! ICE out of Minnesota! We must do everything in our power to make it so. Holy One, make us a people who say yes, and yes, and yes to one another, yes to widening the circle, yes to shared responsibility, yes to a courage that is bigger than fear. This moment will take all of us. Let us know that together we are strong.
Thank you for those beautiful and powerful words. And I just want to say, look at this group of people, inspirational, motivational, reminding us this fight did not start yesterday, but started hundreds of years ago. And to the out front community represented here, thank you. Oh my God, a hand. This is our state. Thank you for bringing it. Thank you so much. So we're here today because our state is hurting. We've seen thousands of families being torn apart, attacks for simply trying to witness what is happening in our communities, including the murder of our neighbor, Rachel Good. We've seen, say her name, Rachel Good. We've seen an agency that seems to have no guardrails as they have caused this pain and suffering all across Minnesota. Renee Good. But you people are the beauty of our state. You have shown the rest of the world and the nation that here in Minnesota, when one of us hurts, we jump into action. We bring love and food and diapers and donations and all the friggin' rage and joy we have in us. We patrol our schools, protect places of worship, bring supplies to people too scared to go out. They came to our state because they see what we built. They came to our state because all of the people they try to scapegoat for their scumbaggery have made this place great. But they underestimated Minnesota, and man, we're as mad about that as we are everything else. I mean, let's be honest. We're doing everything right if the morally bankrupt have to come at us this hard. The pain and suffering has been immense and it continues, but our solidarity is stronger. And I just want to note that I just read that over 700 businesses chose to close today. Think about that. Give them a round of applause, all these local businesses who committed to solidarity today. And when today is over, let's commit to shopping at the businesses that stood with us and make sure they can make it through these tough times. Because the silence from the corporations in this state is deafening. So let's spend our money at places that actually care about standing for our community. So how do we get here today? And why are we shutting things down? Well, it's because so many wonderful rapid response and mutual aid workers, they just decided everybody needs to come together. Everybody needs to learn how to pitch in, and today you're going to hear how. So first off, groups of Minnesotans put out an audacious call. Unions, faith groups, community organizations, immigrant rights groups, the queer community decided to say enough. And they came with shared demands. No work, no school, and no shopping on January 23rd. And look at this. Look at this. So let's do a quick reminder of the demands that we are asking of ourselves and of our neighbors. First, Minnesota and national companies must become Fourth Amendment businesses. Cease economic relations with ICE and refuse ICE entry or use their property for staging grounds. That is one. Two, not a single friggin' penny for funding for ICE in this congressional budget or any congressional budget, and human rights violations of Americans who are doing this to our neighbors. Stop fueling these White Walkers, period. The officer who killed Renee Good must be legally held accountable. Instead of going after peaceful protesters and politicians who have stood up for our state, we demand an investigation to the officer who murdered our neighbor. And most clear of all, the chant we will say until we leave this building: ICE out of Minnesota now. So before we move on to our next speakers, let's lift up the 100 organizations who sponsored this event and made this happen. Which is the perfect lead-in to our next group of speakers, because over 20 unions and federations who bring hundreds of thousands of Minnesotans together have really made a difference. We know Minnesota, and one of the things that is so amazing about Minnesota history is our labor unions, right? They've strived to be at the forefront of this fight for workers' rights, democracy, racial and social justice, and immigrant rights, and right here I am a proud member of the WGA and SAG-AFTRA. So that is why I am so excited to bring up the national presidents of 3 of the largest unions in the country. Please join me in welcoming, from the Service Employees International Union, April Verrett, from the American Federation of Teachers, Randy Weingarten, and from the Communications Workers of America, Claude Cummings. I have a mic, here. Here you go, Randy.
Whoops, thank you, Liz. As I'm losing my glasses. So, do we want ICE out of Minnesota? Oh my God, I know this is a rally and it was cold outside, but do we want ICE out of Minnesota? So I'm Randy Weingarten. I'm the president of the AFT, American Federation of Teachers, and I need to tell you that from coast to coast, 1.8 million members of the AFT are standing with Minnesota today. We are all Minnesota today. Our education unions from Minneapolis and St. Paul and Edmond, and here with me today were our leaders from Illinois and from Massachusetts. We are all Minnesota today. And as the faith leaders just said, look, at the very least, shouldn't schools and hospitals and churches be sacrosanct? What? And shouldn't the life of Renee Good, the life of 5-year-old Liam, the life of Shang Li Thao, shouldn't they be sacrosanct as well? As well as the countless number of immigrants who have come to Minnesota for a better life, who have come to America for a better life, just like my grandparents did. Donald Trump is using ICE to provoke violence in communities that have historically been welcoming and safe. And why? Why is he doing it? That too, to militarize American cities. It is state-sanctioned violence, no different from what Alabama did in Selma in the 60s. And this, at Roosevelt High School, an educator was tackled and detained by federal agents using pepper spray near students and teachers. A teaching assistant, yeah, shame. A teaching assistant was driving his family when ICE agents threw a flashbang grenade that almost killed his. Children are terrified. Families are afraid to send their kids to schools. This is not about immigration. This is about intimidation. It's not about restoring law and order. It's about terrorizing communities that Donald Trump doesn't like. Americans have no rights to protest. It's about undermining the promise of America and our love for our neighbors. As people have said already, Minnesota is being invaded by our own federal government. But you, my friends, our beloved community, Minnesotans, are not standing by silently. And in this, first they came for us moment, Minnesotans acted because that's what's right. And because authoritarians don't stop with the most vulnerable or the people that have the least power. Authoritarians don't stop until they are stopped. So we who are not Minnesotans are standing with Minnesotans because today you and we are meeting ICE violence with nonviolence. We are meeting their chaos and cruelty with compassion and community. And let me say one more thing. Minnesota, Donald Trump, he misunderstood Minnesota nice. Minnesota nice is compassion. Minnesota nice is courage. Minnesota nice is about protecting our communities and loving our neighbors. That is who all you are. That is who all we are. Fighting for democracy, fighting for fairness, fighting for our neighbors, delivering food, doing all what other speakers have already said. That is our work today. Many days, our work is in schools and workplaces and shops. But today, Our work is raising our voices and standing in solidarity peacefully and patriotically, embracing our neighbors and telling ICE they are not welcome here. That is our work today.
When we fight, thank you. I'm Claude Cummings, International President of the Communication Workers of America, CWA. Thank you for having me here today, and thank all of you for having braving the cold and the government-backed ICE unleashed on your city streets to join together here and lift your voices as one. Well, whether here in Minneapolis or in Chicago, Charlotte, or Washington, D.C., we are all united when it comes to armed masked men in uniform abducting and harming people in the name of security. In the labor movement, we have a saying, an injury to one is an injury to all, and you here are the embodiment of that. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you, labor leaders, to the civil rights leaders, to the religious leaders, and to the community leaders here today. Thank you to my CWA family, including CWA District 7 Vice President Susan McAllister and CWA Local 7250 President Kieran Knudsen and his members. And thank you, all of you, the workers, the people who make this country run. Looking out over this crowd, I see many faces of the United States. I see the black, the brown, the white, and the indigenous. I see the LGBTQ+ and the disabled. I see those who were born here and those who came here for a better life. And I see us united in our values of fairness, justice, and freedom. But listen, those values are under attack now, like never before in this country. Not since the days of Jim Crow have we seen a government so determined to divide us, limit us, and silence us. But I believe in the power of working people to make a difference, even in the face of unchecked hate. Within the CWA family, we've had several encounters with ICE, including 2 of our union siblings who were abducted in the job in St. Cloud just an hour from here. Boo! Boo! A 3rd CWA member with our News Guild has also been taken. An attack on one is an attack on all of us, and we will not stop until our family is whole again. Know that CWA stands in solidarity with you, with workers, and with those who share our values. We stand in defiance of a wannabe dictator, and we will rise against the corporations and Trump's billionaire buddies quietly funding his campaign to shred the Constitution. Political scientists and historians tell us when countries have successfully prevented or reversed authoritarian control, unions have played an important role in stopping it. How do we do that? We stand shoulder to shoulder with our union siblings and with allies across the country. We do that when we join together and focus our attention directly on the corporations that enable fascism. Our unity across communities, organizations, and unions is our power. And whatever we do, we must do it together. Listen, we're in the same boat. And while none of us asked to be here, I can tell you about the looks on your faces and the organizing already happening here, that we will rise to this moment. History is calling on each of us to play our part for the future. That will take many different forms, but whatever you do, whether it's little or a lot, what matters is, instead of bowing down, you stood your ground. So Minneapolis, let me ask you, are we going to bow down? Are we going to bow down? Are we going to bow down? Then let's continue our fight. Our movement, one voice, one goal. When we fight, thank you.
Minnesota!
Y'all can do a little bit better than that. Minnesota. Now that felt nice. I am April Verrett, and I am the proud international president of the SEIU. And if you are ready to choose love over hate, joy over terror, peace over chaos, right over wrong, then you are in the right place. Because, Minnesota family, we are here because something is happening in this country that demands our time, our attention, and our resistance. That's right, thank you, sis. We are here because our communities are under attack. We are here because we know exactly what we must do in moments like this, don't we? We stand up and we fight back. Because across this country, our communities are being literally hunted, intimidated, punished, jailed, while our democracy is being dismantled. But here's the thing, friends. I know deep down in my soul that we are not without hope, and we are most certainly not without power. And look, I came here in this bitter, bitter cold, and y'all, this is a little goddamn ridiculous. I'm just gonna have to call a thing, like, this is not okay. But here's the thing, Minnesota. It might be bitterly cold, but today, you all brought the heat. Sean, you could just put that down. Because you all brought the heat. And so I just want to call a thing. Because make no mistake about it, what we are seeing from this federal government is not about safety. It's not about law and order. It's about power. In Minnesota, you all know the truth about power, and you know the truth about Philando Castile. You know the truth about George Floyd. You know the truth about Renee Good, who only got shot and killed by an ICE agent for standing up for her Somali neighbors. Philando Castile, George Floyd, Renee Good, not isolated tragedies. They are connected. And we've seen this playbook before. America has a long, long history of using law to excuse brutality, to make injustice look official, orderly, and acceptable. The Ku Klux Klan, it was not just a group of violent extremists acting alone. No. The Ku Klux Klan was a part of an organized system of terror. And today, ICE is playing the same damn role. They may wear different uniforms, they may talk a different language, but a thing is a thing, it's the same damn thing. And whenever this country has reached a moment like this, when injustice becomes policy, something else happens too. The people will rise up. The people will rise up. Not because it's easy, not because it's safe, but because the only alternative to rising up is surrender. And I don't think Minnesota is going to surrender. And I know my time is short and I'm going to start wrapping it up, but I want to say this. I've been to Selma, Alabama. I've stood on that bridge and I saw the through line. From Selma to Memphis to Minneapolis. The fights are connected. We are up against corruption and greed, racism and white supremacy. We are up against state-sanctioned violence. Y'all, this is our Selma. This is our Selma. And we must rise and we must organize. We must rise and we must organize. Listen, history tells us real change does not come from one single day of action, y'all. It comes when ordinary people decide to stay engaged when the cameras leave. So from here, we still organize. From here, we show up. From here, we participate. From here, we remember something essential. This country has never, ever moved forward because those in power, oh, suddenly they get a conscience. No, no, no. This country moves forward because people like each and every one of you insist with peace, with persistence, and we insist peacefully and persistent together. We insist that this country of ours must and will do better. Family, if we stay organized, when we stay united, and when we keep our eyes and our arms wrapped around one another, instead of keeping our hearts in fear, then history will record our moment, not just as a time of crisis, but as a turning point. A turning point, a moment when the people stood up, when working people claimed our God-given right and power to what is ours. A moment when this country began once again to bend towards justice. Family, that is where we must go from here. So let's go get it.
There it is. Now I think it's an important time to hear from some of the people who have been directly affected by ICE, because some of us have seen with our own eyes, some of us have experienced. So to help us all understand the devastating toll this is taking on our neighbors, I'm now going to bring up a few Minnesotans to share with you how they have been profoundly affected by this assault on our state. From the Brotex family, Alejandro Villagrana Ibarra, the engineer and Uber driver who roasted ICE in an airport like a boss, Ahmad Hassan, and the owner of El Burrito Mercado, Melissa Silva Diaz. Come on up!
My name is Alejandra Villagrana Ibarra. Some of you may have heard about the raid that happened in St. Paul at the Brotex company on November 18th. In that raid, my dad, Leonel Villagrana Flores, and my uncle, Isaías Villagrana Flores, were kidnapped. At 9 a.m., thugs from ICE, DEA, and HSI stormed the workplace and kidnapped 14 innocent, hardworking men and women, elders in our community. These were people who showed up every day to provide for their families. They were the pillars holding their families together. I can still hear the terror in my mom's voice when she called me that morning. I left work immediately, and I don't remember much after that. I didn't know who to call or what to do. This was very early on, before raids like this were happening regularly. so I didn't have anyone to reach out to for guidance or support. But I knew I had to do something. I didn't know about the ICE locator. I didn't know how to find a lawyer, what a bond was, or how to use money on books. I didn't even know how to schedule a 20-minute phone call to talk to my dad. I had to learn everything in real time while trying to keep my family together. My dad was held at Sherburne County Jail for 3 weeks. 3 weeks without coming home. 3 weeks without being beside my mom. He has never spent a single day away from our family in over 20 years. We even had to miss his favorite holiday, Thanksgiving. With the help of my attorney, we moved forward with a habeas corpus petition and a temporary restraining order. These legal steps prevented my dad from being moved, and eventually we won his release. My dad is now home with us, but freedom did not mean a return to normal life. He had to stop working. My mom and dad are home all the time now. They rarely leave the house. My dad used to work 2 jobs. He was always busy. Now being home while still processing what he went through, he has taken a mental toll on him. We see the sadness in both of my parents. In an instant, our life changed. We are incredibly grateful to our attorney, Robin Meyer Thompson, who fought tirelessly for my dad and my uncle. But I did not win both battles. I lost the battle for my uncle, Isaias. He signed a voluntary departure and is now in Mexico after ICE tortured him by withholding his diabetic medication. My dad saw his brother every single day at work. Now his brother, his best friend, is thousands of miles away. My cousins lost their father. My cousins will always remember when their father was taken from them. My brother and I will always remember the moment our lives split before and after. This is not something children forget. What hurts just as much is the silence. When people in power choose not to act, when they look away while families are being torn apart, the silence becomes part of the hurt. This is why we are saying it is time to get ICE out of Minnesota. They are not protecting the people of our state or our cities. We do not want this cruelty. We do not want this abuse. We want a future where our families are safe, where children are free of fear, and where our tax dollars are used to protect our communities. We continue to hold the family